It's all in the way you choose to think. And Earl Nightingale and the scriptures and people through the years have said it best. You do become what you think about most of the time. And most of the time you and I think about winning and success and positive opportunities. And we control that. It's the most exciting thing I've learned. I learned it from the Olympic athletes. Believe me, they have that moment to either choke or come through. And they control how they think just before they perform. And they always think in terms of the desired result. And they slow their heart rate down, and they get their breathing, and they say, come on, just like drill. Need a 10? Got a 10. This one's for you, Mother. Who does that sound like other than Mary Lou Retton? I need a 995. Need a 10. Got a 10. Control. Positive self-control means being in the driver's seat, exercising your power of choice, and understanding that losers let it happen while winners make it happen. So take control of your life. Here's a suggestion. Before going to sleep at night or first thing in the morning, make a list of priorities for the new day. Not just a list of things to do, but a lineup of key tasks with the most important ones at the top. Double-check that list as the day wears on to see how you're doing. Take control of your time. List 5 important but unpleasant tasks that you've postponed, and do them, all 5, this week. Take control of your finances. Make a budget of your income and expenses and begin a regular savings program. Treat your savings account like a monthly bill and become accustomed to paying into it frequently. The next winning attitude is if you've got the control of the thought, where would you lead it? You lead it in terms of the imagined self. And the next point is a positive self-image, which in fact is no more than goals, because a goal is an image of the self, of yourself in it. And I look at that and I know what's happened to me. Your image of self comes mostly from the conversation that you have with yourself. You know, you and I talk to ourselves at 400 to 600 words a minute every waking moment of our lives. What do you say when you talk to yourself? Hi, going to be another good day. It's going to be a great day for me. Another Blue Monday, another Friday. Thank goodness it's Friday. Thank goodness it's Monday. Thank goodness it's today. With my luck, I knew it would fail. I went down for the job, but there was a line around the corner. I can see it for you. I can't see it for me. I'm a good dancer. I can't remember names. I'm no good with figures. I'm a born Leo. It's the way we talk. Our imagined self is more based on self-talk than anything else. You are the Chief Justice of your Supreme Court. The most important conversation you'll ever have is the one you have of yourself, with yourself, and it leads to images and pictures and feelings and concepts which become goals when they're planted. Habits start like flimsy cobwebs, then with practice, like cables, we said. I have this little inner voice that goes around with me. I tell it what I'm thinking. I tell it what I see. I tell my little inner voice all my hopes and fears. It listens and remembers everything it hears. At first, my little inner voice followed my command, but after years of training, mine's gotten out of hand. It doesn't care what's right or wrong or what is false or true. No matter what I try now, it tells me what to do. You are me too, R2D2, are you me too? Continuous loop video cassette in my head of the kind of person I think I am, I say I am, I know I am. And you and I have one, like a tape recorder there, recording everything we've been afraid of, everything we've thought of, everything we've done, and a lot of things that other people have told us that just aren't true, only their opinion. Fortunately for me, however, working with Olympic athletes and Super Bowl champions and winners, I got mine under control. And I know how to give my inner voice positive reinforcement. And when I talk to myself, I always talk with all due respect. Do you know that people make their mind up about you and I based upon our opinion of ourselves? They have no time to check us out. They just listen to what we say. And of all the things we say, You and I need to say things in the direction of a very specific target. Of all the things I know, if you don't stand for something, you'll fall for anything. If you don't know where you're going, you'll end up someplace else, and you won't recognize it when you get there because you really didn't plan to be there in the first place. The people who are the most specific in life seem to get a goal because the mind is the most marvelous biocomputer ever created. I had the good fortune to have as a professor Dr. Viktor Frankl, who led the resistance movement at Auschwitz and Dachau during the years of World War II. And Dr. Frankl realized that the people who lived the longest, who made it through those horrible years, were the ones who had magnificent obsessions, who were stuck on a marvelous target. I studied the Korean War. It was the only war in which no American prisoner ever escaped from a minimum security camp. You see, they have a way of checking you out by asking you questions about your life. Hi, soldier, where are you from? Who's your favorite ball team? What are you going to do when you get back? How much money do you need? If you said enough money, someday I don't really know, I don't have a ball team, I just want to be happy, I just want peace. The mind says piece of pie, piece of bread, piece of what? What will make you happy? What will make you successful? How much is enough? You need to take the generalities and give them specificity. They took the people with no goals and called them purposeless. They put them in minimum security camp country clubs, and they tried to reorient them in the library. The death rate went up, the disease rate was up in the minimum security camp with more food and comfort. In the maximum security camp, they put people like you and I, people who had deep beliefs, people who wanted to get home, people who were going for freedom, who knew how much money we need, what kind of goals we believe in. And they classified them as dangerous because they were leaders. People always follow someone who knows where they're going. And so it was that the maximum security camp was full of purposeful people who were beaten and starved. The death rate went down. The disease rate was down. And many of them escaped. They knew where they were going, and they got there. But those who were there for the duration just stayed, and many young people pulled the covers up over their head and gave up because they didn't have a target. We've always managed to get what our currently dominant thoughts are, and we've always moved into that. You see, you can't come away from an idea. You can only go toward the dominant thought. Through the years, I've learned how to set goals that are just out of reach, but not out of sight. I've learned how to stair-step them like the Olympic athletes. You see, they never try to win the gold. They only try to do a better split. A little faster this, a little more of this. They try just to be out of reach, but not out of sight. And they even take pocket computers and figure out what they need to do the next split in to get it. And when they get a goal, because it's close in, they get positive reinforcement for having hit it. When they miss a goal that's close in, they can get easy correction to the target. I used to set my goals. I want to be president of the world. I want to be like any actor or somebody. Just today, you can't do that. You take it a little bit at a time, just out of reach. And of all things to tell yourself, never tell yourself what you don't want to happen, what you don't want to be, what you don't want to recur again. Never tell yourself how much weight you don't want to be. Never tell your children, clean up your room, you pigs. I used to. Clean up your room, you pig. And they cleaned it up and got it messy the next day. They know who they were. Oh, you can't come away from a condition. It's like saying don't giggle in church. Why would you ever tell somebody not to giggle in church? Just because an apple fell off somebody's hat and rolled down the aisle, that's no reason to do that. Many of you who know about the World Series and sports know that sports is a microcosm of the world. And in sports, you see it all the time. A coach unwittingly telling a team what not to do in the second half. Why would anyone motivate anyone on the reverse of an idea? Why would you ever tell yourself anything except where you wanted to go and be? I weigh this much. I'm fit and trim. I can feel my body grow stronger now. I'm achieving my financial goals. Not what I don't want to be, but what I want to be. The dominant thought of the winner. You know, sometimes that inner voice just isn't very cooperative. So you need to work